America lines up its best dogfighters. The F-15 Eagles and F-22 Raptors to conduct combat training drills in Alaska. The U.S. Air Force recently trained F-15 Eagles alongside F-22 Raptors as part of the Alaska Dissimilar Aircraft Combat Training Exercise to enhance interoperability between the two aircraft. The F-15 Eagles from the 144th Fighter Wing in Fresno, California, coordinated with F-22 Raptors from the 3rd Wing at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. According to the Air Force, the interoperability training provided by the F-22 and F-15 aided them in executing their real-world missions and dominating airspace in the Western Pacific. The dissimilar air combat training exercises are meant to integrate various types of 4th-generation and 5th-generation fighter jets from diverse units to conduct air combat training in the same airspace. This latest exercise had 2 goals. One was to free up F-22 Raptor so they could be deployed in the Pacific, and the other was to develop interoperability between the 2 generations of fighters. The F-22 Raptor role as an aerospace control alert trained unit is to detect, identify, and engage threats to the homeland, the Air Force said. If the Raptors are deployed in other regions, the 144th Wing may cover the Alaskan North American Aerospace Defense Command region, said the U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel John Van Bragt, 144th Fighter Squadron Commander. Sitting Alert trains the Alert Squadron for protecting the northern border and the North Pole area from any threats that may encroach upon United States airspace. The F-22 Raptors have a high demand for their presence in the Pacific Theater and Europe. The Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson and the Joint Pacific-Alaska Range Complex hosted training exercises. The Joint Pacific-Alaska Range Complex airspace is more than 77,000 square miles in size, making it a realistic training environment. It's also home to the world's largest instrumented air, ground, and electronic combat training range. The F-22 Raptor units are always hungry for partner squadrons and aircraft to integrate with, Lieutenant Colonel Brendan Trophy, 90th Fighter Squadron Director of Operations, said. "We look forward to any future opportunities to fly with Fresno again." U.S. flexes its muscles in the Arctic. On March 16, 2022, NORAD, or the North American Aerospace Defense Command, staged exercises in the far north. The drills, known as Operation Noble Defender, were an Arctic air defense operation involving military aircraft and soldiers from Canada and the United States. The display of force was intended to send a strategic message to potential enemies that the United States can deploy air power at any time and from any location. The demonstration marked a period of increased tensions with Russia following its attack on Ukraine, said a NORAD news release. This recurring operation is designed to confirm the Canadian NORAD region's capabilities to respond to both aircraft and cruise missiles threatening North America. Launched from Eielson Air Force Base, a KC-135 from the Alaska National Guard's 168th Air Refueling Squadron flew south, across the snow-covered Alaska Range to King Salmon, about 300 miles southwest of Anchorage. The tanker refueled F-22 Raptors from Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson at the location. After fueling, the F-22 Raptors took off to practice intercepting 2 B-52 bombers from Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, which were acting as adversary air throughout the exercise. A section of the F-22 Raptor, stationed in Alaska, remain on alert 24 hours a day, providing the first line of defense against any Russian aviation assets that enter the Air Defense Identification Zone. Eielson's tankers assist with this mission, but they regularly also participate in other operations. General Glenn Van Herk, United States Air Force Commander, North American Aerospace Defense Command, said, "Our competitors' offensive capabilities are rapidly increasing, and this includes their ability to operate in and through the Arctic. The exercising with our allies and partners in the Arctic allows us to demonstrate our resiliency and to advance our operational capabilities that are critical for integrated deterrence and layered defense," General Glenn Van Herk said. And Major General Eric Kenney, Commander, Canadian NORAD Region, said the operation has shown NORAD is ready to respond to any threat. This type of operation illustrates the ability of NORAD members to quickly create, deploy, and employ air power to deter and, if necessary, defeat threats to North America. The F-22 successor to the Eagles. The Raptor was designed to improve on the F-15's superior flight performance by adding a new generation of sensors, more agility through thrust vectoring, increased endurance, new avionics and data linkages, and, most importantly, a radar-evading stealth profile for increased survivability. This was to be accomplished while lowering the F-15's already high operating costs.